Head Movement TV, what we're saying, boys. Great night for British boxing, yeah?
So, who's kicking off, man? What do you reckon about yesterday?
How was the shisha?
Shisha gave me a fucking headache, man. Never again, I swear to God. Shisha's not for me, man. Gave me a blood clot headache.
Should have come to the fight.
I should have came to the fight, man, but what can I say, man? Fucking hell.
Next time, yeah?
Next time, inshallah.
Yo, that was the best card I've ever been to, though.
I'd definitely say it's the best boxing show I've been to in a long time.
Now, why this card was so sick, though, because even though there's all knockouts on bare other cards, there was no mismatch. You couldn't really predict any of them fights.
Yeah,
I
totally understand what you're saying, which is sometimes, not to just rip the Frank Warren cards, but sometimes what can be your problem watching them, because sometimes you never really see a 50-50 fight, but there was quite a good few scraps on that last night, like the CHISORA one.
I think we should start with, obviously, top of the bill, Dillian Whyte
and go backwards.
Joseph Parker.
And go backwards, yeah. What I have to say about that fight is, like, basically, Joseph Parker's team done so much complaining about the referee intervening and getting in the middle. So Joseph Parker wanted the fight to be ugly, yeah? So in this fight with him and Dillian Whyte, that's exactly what he got. So be careful what you wish for, because obviously he wanted it to be an ugly fight. Or you think I'm your main fan? So he wanted it to be ugly. I think it was a bit too much aggression for him to deal with, do you know what I'm saying? Plus Dillian Whyte's long arms, it was hard.
Bigger than him, he's a lot bigger than him, so
yeah, he is.
As a smaller man, when you're going into an ugly fight, it can be draining, and as you saw, Dillian Whyte would lean on the ropes over him,
this time he
lean on him when he was down and stuff like that. He was making sure that Parker felt every little bit of his weight, along with them body shots. It seemed to, because you saw how quick Parker come out them jabs. It's like we was we was at the Joshua Parker fight, and remember the jabs, like, it's the same thing, he comes out the jabs,
even at the workout,
yeah, straight away.
But in both fights he couldn't reach, because Dillian Whyte's arms are so long, and obviously Anthony Joshua's so tall, it's like he's throwing them to the air.
But because they're so fast, it's still a problem. It's only because he started to use that weight, land them Dillian Whyte body shots. Now, you weren't seeing the same speed in the jab by round 4. No. Not round 8.
No, as soon as he landed like 2 or 3,
you saw it.
Him, and he needed the fight to be clean this time.
Yeah.
He wanted it to be dirty against AJ. This time he needed it clean.
Be careful what you wish for, innit? Like, he wanted an ugly fight. Okay, safe. Now we see what go on. You've got an ugly fight. What are you gonna do? And he still didn't put his foot on the gas the way he needed to.
I think he did. I think he did, man. When he was first popping around, them 1-2s were coming with bad intentions. I
was worried in the 12th round that he could have. I was like shouting, "Don't go sleep, whatever you do."
I was saying, take a knee.
Because I knew like White's gonna get hurt in this round. I knew, because I could see it coming, bro. And you could see from the, like, when he come out his corner, my man weren't on no games in that round.
The first few rounds, Joseph Parker comes to hurt Dillian Whyte.
The first 2-3 rounds, definitely.
And then 1-2s are coming, and then obviously Dillian Whyte adjusted and started reading them, and like.
Or dropped a headbutt, but obviously I'm not going to take anything away from Dillian Whyte. There was look. There was listen. Headbutt.
I watched it today. I watched it back. It was a head clash.
Was there a headbutt?
It was a head clash.
Yeah.
It was a head.
I'm not saying it was on purpose.
No, a headbutt is a deliberate me putting my head into. It was a clash of heads.
But like for Parker, could have lost the fight because of that. They're saying that he never had no balance in his feet.
No, but you could have punch can do that now.
Higgins says wild things from time to time.
But you've got to see.
I'm not saying it was purpose.
If you want that style of fight, you're complaining in the Joshua fight. Oh well, the ref didn't let us watch it. So you want that up close, ugly fight? That's the style he wanted. That's what he came with, and that's part and parcel of what.
The sweet thing is, he did knock him down though. Yeah, he did get there clean.
With what was I saying to you? I was saying it to you yesterday. You know what it is? It's the catch and counter. He catches it. He catches your shot. Left hook straight off it. Catch, left hook. He caught Joshua with the same. Had Joshua in trouble.
And once he feels that this ain't that hard, because he can take one to give one as soon as it lands.
White's got a. Do you know what though? What I will say, after seeing that fight yesterday, I didn't rate Parker as highly as what I probably should have. He managed to hurt.
He's young, man.
Yeah, man. He managed to really hurt White, and like legitimately, like his power is legitimate.
That's
mad. For real.
And he'll do all of us at the same time.
So the size of his head
at the same time.
No, his head's massive.
Alright. Like, shoot me down if I'm the one being negative. Was Joseph Parker winning before the clash of heads?
No, he was winning first. He won the first round.
Oh, I think he won the first round. He won the fourth round.
Today.
I don't know. I just think needs to be.
I had it in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
No, sorry, in the first 4 rounds, I had it 2-2, but White would have been up 10-8 because of the knockdown.
2 rounds each, exactly.
It was 2 rounds each, but White would have been up.
And that's when the body shot started.
But the knockdown, what they was trying to say is the knockdown did swing it because it was a 10-8. What they're trying to say is it was a 10-9 round, and the knockdown made to them, and the knockdown made it a 10-8 round to White. But I don't necessarily think it was a 10-9 round to them.
Even if he held that round, brother, he didn't keep it consistently through the fight, brother.
I think
if White won that fight by 4
you're going
rounds,
to take head trauma. There's going to be a point, like later on in the fight, where we caught him on the chin with a left hook that makes you go down. So if you balance it right for the rest of the fight after that left hook, is there a complaint then? It's boxing, like, that's what happened.
His head clash wasn't the thing that changed the fight. It's the body shots, and it stopped Parker from being fast feet, you know, moving around.
Yeah, man.
I know how
Parker had to wait and make it into a trading match against
what's his trainer's name? Is it Kevin Barry? I was watching the post-fight press conference, and he said, I noticed it in the fight, I was saying it to you, don't you remember, like, when Parker was throwing shots, right? After he's finished throwing his shots, his single or his combination, he's just stood there. So all Dillian Whyte had to do was soak up whatever he threw and then just start going wild, and he was winging him body, and he was just catching him all night long. Like you say, the body shots just stopped his feet from moving. In the first couple of rounds, that's why he won 1 or 2 rounds, and it was 2-2, you know what I'm saying, in the first 4 rounds. But then as soon as the legs stopped working, you know what I'm saying?
And that's Parker's biggest attribute, just to move
because he's not massive for a heavyweight, he has to do that. He has to do that.
We all know Dillian Whyte starts slow anyway, that's what we know about.
And White's timing is better than what people think.
Because round 1 was Parker. Round 1 was clearly Parker. Yeah, clearly Parker.
And this is where I'm going to big Dillian Whyte up.
So, like,
I think the 12th round was down to fatigue. It was that he's a long time shot his one. He tried to get Parker out there. We know Parker's got
He'd won the fight, he just had to last 3 minutes.
Yeah, but this is where people get that stuff wrong. It's like we were saying it earlier when, like, you know, Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor too. People were saying if there's an extra 30 seconds, but you have your rule set for a fight. So you know, if you look at that clock and it says 30 seconds, you last, you know, I've got to last 30 seconds. You've got planning to last 3 minutes.
It's not just the 12th round though, because when White progresses through a fight, he gets like Bambi legged. Like you see his he's not even rocked, but his legs ain't
and the way he throws, sometimes he'll throw and it'll look like he's been hit. He hasn't been hit, he just throws himself off balance a lot.
So in his favour, that's on Parker said, like Parker could have winged one and maybe caught him and put him down earlier on in the fight.
Too little, too late. Like when I say about, he didn't put his foot on the gas. He didn't put his foot on the gas.
Nah, but you know what? Nah,
he showed in the 12th he did.
Nah, but you've got to see it in that last round. Yeah, like even when, like, you see after he's dropped him and we was like, you know, like, stay out of the way, don't fight, but you know, get out of the way, get out. We was, I'm telling you, my heart was coming out my chest, right? It's like, when he's swung again at him, and as he swung, Dillian Whyte just managed to kind of swing him onto the ropes and just lie on him, right? And when he's lay on him, he hasn't got the energy, even though he knows he's hurt him, he's just dropped him. He hasn't got the energy to try and even fight off and get out. He's just like, you know, he's just like, that's it. Like,
he done that because of the regrets of the AJ fight.
Yeah, but this one, the AJ fight, I was critical for. I said that. I said, like, it was on him to change the fight. Round 8, 9, 10, AJ's got that fight in the bag. Yeah, you have to go for it. You're the way fighter. You're not doing nothing.
In the AJ fight, he come out quite quick in the last rounds.
But just nothing like that. No, just nothing like that.
Against White, he took the risk.
Do you know what it was? And I said it early. He got caught with 1 or 2 little shots early, and he didn't want no more of that power for the rest of the night. I'm telling you, because AJ throws with real bad intentions. You know, like every shot is like. Very rarely does he throw throwaway shots unless he's setting you up for unless he's setting you up for something bigger.
Does Dillian Whyte, obviously to me this don't make any sense, does Dillian Whyte want that rematch with Chisora?
Nah, I wouldn't. If I was advising
that's a money fight now. I'd watch that fight.
Does Dillian Whyte strategically does he want that rematch?
Dillian Whyte needs to fight Big Baby Millat or someone that's got
you know what they was on about today? I was watching it,
a high profile fight,
Parker and Big Baby
Millat. Maybe Chisora and Millat.
That's a good fight. Parker and Big Baby Millat.
Chisora and Miller.
Anyone we know. And Miller.
You know what?
Anyone we know.
Alright then, does beating Chisora, I know Chisora just beat Takam, yeah, right, but we know there's only a certain level Chisora can get at. He has to have that Takam style of fighter that's going to fight him in the phone.
Miller's feet.
Otherwise,
Miller's
it's not.
feet.
If White's not going to be able to fight Joshua until April, he deserves a fight where
a money fight.
Fam, he's number 1 in the WBC, yeah. Already he was number 1. Now he's about to go number 1 in the WBO as well. He deserves the WBC shot. There's nobody Dominic Brazil.
Listen,
come on, man.
Listen,
He deserves that shot.
You're gonna fight Dominic Brazil.
It's not even logical.
Nah, it's true. It's true.
It's not logical.
Wilder doesn't want to take Dillian Whyte seriously, but he's gonna fight Dominic Brazil, who's obviously lost to the guy that he's chasing after, and you're not getting no good big money for it. You're not getting big money for it. And you can fight Dillian Whyte. That's your mandatory now. Yeah,
it's not his mandatory though. WBC have made Brazil the mandatory, and Brazil's number 2.
Yeah,
I don't understand who's Brazil beat. Who was the last person he beat?
They're just harsh on
He's put a few fights. He's put a couple of wins.
No, but we've got to put it into perspective.
But Dillian Whyte should have been mandatory. Dillian Whyte should have been mandatory, innit? When it like
number 1 now, but they've made Brazil the mandatory now.
Yeah, and now we know most likely Wilder's gonna smoke his boots anyway.
You know what a good fight is? No gas, Luis Ortiz for him as well.
Against Dillian Whyte. It's going to be a great fight, but it's a risky fight.
Again,
he don't gain.
Alright then, if I'm Eddie, if I'm Eddie, I'm not having him fight Chisora, and I'm not having him fight Ortiz, because the position, he's been through them type of fights already. He's had 5 or 6 of these, you know, I'll fight anyone type of fights. Now this is time for his reward. Like, Parker's not an easy fight. Look at how Joshua dealt with it. It's not an easy fight just to go in there and do what he did last night to put on the show. Yeah, man, unbelievable. So, why is he going to go back and fight Chisora? That's a backward step for him. He's number 1 in WBC, about to be number 1 in the WBO, yeah, and you're going to go back and fight Derek Chisora. It'll be a good fight.
He could make some money though.
This is what he could do. He could fight AJ or Wilder, win or lose to any one of them, and the Chisora fight's still there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if you go down and fight Chisora now, lose by some chance for no reason. Anyway.
You know why we know that fight's not happening? Because they wouldn't even let Chisora in the ring at the end. And that just shows you that fight is not going to happen.
But Chisora's a loose cannon.
Nah, but what I will say about Chisora,
because Chisora might do something.
Last night he made himself semi-relevant.
White people in the ring.
Yeah, with
White people in the ring, and Chisora coming in, he's not going to do the Klitschko. Hey, everybody.
No.
Chisora, that could go off.
But still,
that could go off.
Yeah, but still, I don't think that side won it anyway.
But alright then, before we go off the topic of this fight, what do we think of prospective next opponents for them? Because I did like the idea. I want to see Baby Miller now. To me, if Baby Miller was to beat Chisora or beat Parker, I've got more respect for him and more credit for him if he beats Parker.
I'd rather see him fight White now and get smoked, bro.
Nah, but
let Dillian go there, make a big fight. They're both going to hit each other. And let Dillian smoke.
What has Miller done to get the White fight?
Dillian Whyte. Miller don't deserve White.
Everybody wants to just white this White. I'm not saying he doesn't, but imagine he doesn't. I'm not saying, but you don't just give him. Fam, he's out here speaking.
So who then?
He's out here talking about people's mum and that. He's not actually letting his.
White deserves Wilder. White deserves.
But he's not going to get that though. If AJ can't get that, listen. If AJ can't get that right now, and all this madness is going on,
Wilder's fighting
Dillian Whyte's not fighting.
But Dillian Whyte never had the respect.
Wilder's fighting Brazil, fam. So the next fight he'll fight after that is potentially AJ.
We've got to see that plan.
Dillian Whyte has got a fight that sits in between now and April. He has to fight again more time. October, November.
Yeah,
and rather than it being a hard fighter, make it a money fight, and he can go fight in America on the zone
and make a big fight with Baby Miller, bro.
Have a massive American.
It's not a bad fight. It's not a bad fight, but I just wouldn't give. If I was him, I wouldn't even give that geezer the opportunity.
Anyone is going to be below top 5 now. Anyone's going to be below.
I think it's light work for Dillian. I think he'll go there, knock him out, and have everyone.
I don't think it's light work. I'm not saying it's.
I think it's light work.
I think it's light work. I think he wins.
If he can deal with the big fat body, you can blow that out. Baby Miller throws a lot of punches and is a bit fast, but if he can deal with Parker, you smash.
But Dillian, like you said, takes a punch. He takes a punch to give one. He'll be able to eat. He'll be able to walk him down.
I'd have to see him walk him down.
And a 300 pound man is not
harder than. I'm not saying he doesn't.
Then Baby Miller.
Yeah, does he? You reckon?
If Parker hits you the same amount of times that Big Baby Miller hits you, Big Baby Miller, I've seen him hit people 80 times in a round and do nothing to their face, fam.
Yeah, no, he throws a lot of throwaway punches.
Yeah, arm punches. He just does
arm punches. Throw a lot of throwaway, like.
Yeah, but I don't think he's.
I don't know. When you're that big, bro, I can't see your planners. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Not taking the body fight. If we're talking body fight, yeah,
that I can't argue with.
Yeah,
that I wouldn't argue with.
Go sweet up Joshua even more, so he might give you that fight again.
No, but I don't even want Whyte and Joshua next April. I don't want that. Yeah, no, it's not about being able to watch it. Of course, I could watch it, but I don't see the need for them two to fight again.
Well, not now.
They could fight again. No, but they could fight again in 2 or 3 years.
No, but you can say that. But why? We want to see them in their prime, and they last. Yeah, but they fought last probably like
2 years. They're not out of their prime.
Like 5-6 fights ago.
Obviously, we never know what could happen.
It's just how do you not give him a title shot? That's the problem.
Yeah, no, but it's not. But yeah, I hear that. But there's another title that is no. Wait,
already showed that.
All right then. So there's another title
after.
No, we're not talking about what's
No, hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. WBC, yeah, right. He's number 1 at the moment, fam. There's only so long you can keep him as number 1 while he's doing what he's doing, right? When is this Brazilian Wilder fight?
No announcement.
There's been no announcement.
So I was thinking it was on about September.
Yeah, I've heard Brazil before the AJ talks were even serious. Before he fought Parker,
I remember that.
Brazil's happening.
I remember that. I do remember that. Honestly,
all this 50 million.
And then Parker. Who do you think Parker?
Go on then. So who we got? Because we got muddled up then.
I'm saying straight. I'd like to see him in, like, maybe not even
Whyte versus
Big Baby Miller.
And who we got for Parker?
Parker. I'd like to see Parker against. I don't know, man. Parker against Ortiz or something.
Chisora.
Nah, I'd like to see Parker versus like a Luis Ortiz or someone like that.
That's decent. I ain't gonna. I can't argue with that.
They were the two.
If that happened, they was the 2 next fights for them. I couldn't argue with that.
Because in the division, they were the 2 names.
I prefer Whyte to fight Baby Miller than I would Ortiz. Awkward Ortiz. But you know what it is? It would be a bit tough on Parker because he's just had Joshua, Whyte, and then straight into Ortiz.
He needs to go back to continental level for
Alright, you don't want Joe Joyce to die.
Skim.
Trust me.
Skim. Joe Joyce is skimming people to death, bro. Imagine when he lands. Imagine when he lands.
Oh yeah. Who have you got then? Who do you think Whyte? You got to go with the Baby Miller?
Yeah. And I think he knocks him out. In America, nice payday, big press conference.
The Zone's giving out a lot of money. These nuts is giving out a lot of money.
They're sucking mothers. Go off, fam.
Yeah, loads of that.
Love to see it.
But America's different though.
Yeah, man.
The rules are different, man. You know.
But if you put a man out, you put him out.
Yeah,
no. That's it. There's no rule there. If you're out, you can't cheat, innit?
Yeah, but you might have a man with a license strap.
Yo, sit back and wait. Sit back and wait and just see what you can pull out of the whole Wilder situation.
Yeah, we got to see what that announcement.
That's what I reckon, because Wilder can't take him for joke now.
Alright.
Wilder has to take Dillian Whyte seriously.
That's what I'll agree with D slightly there. That's where you can mix both. I'm not saying don't fight one of these Baby Millers or whatever, but sit back over. Give yourself 4 to 6 weeks now before you announce anything here, and have a look at the Wilder situation. See if there's any way to get it going, because it can't keep running.
Fam, he's holding cards now. Dylan White's holding cards now. I don't want to put him in a situation where he's got zero. Okay, for money, I agree. For money, But all this risk, he's in a good position now.
It's good for him to take a break, but I hope he don't take too long.
No.
He needs to get straight back into.
But fam, that is a tough fight, bro.
He needs to get
1 minute. Let's let him recover from this fight before we're throwing him into it.
For him to be an elite fighter though, fam, I feel like he's still got to.
He's been hella active, fam. Yeah, he has. I don't think inactivity for any fighter is good. But what I am saying is, if for him to take 4 to 6 weeks now wouldn't kill him. That's all. He probably needs to take that after this fight anyway.
He'll always have the Joshua fight. I feel he'll always have the possibility to rematch with Joshua.
No, but imagine how much bigger the Joshua fight becomes if Whyte beats Wilder.
Yeah, no, then it's next level. But I don't.
And then it's a unification fight.
I don't think
Whyte versus Joshua.
I don't think Wilder's going to fight White first. I think instead of fighting White,
he will fight Josh. It will do, you know, the same route that Parker fought. He will fight Joshua.
Within a year. All right, if say he fights Baby Miller, smashes him, bruv. Yeah, in that time, by the time he fights Baby Miller, Wilder Brazil's going to have been announced and should have fought. Yeah, right. Then
let's presume Wilder wins.
Yeah. Then what? Mandatory, bruv.
No, but before accepting that, he'll just go for the unification with Joshua.
Who? Yeah, but what if? Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. It puts the negotiation.
Yeah, no, he's getting close.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. He'll be in a situation where he can't run from Joshua and he can't run from what?
And this is what I'm saying.
And he just closed in.
And this is what I'm saying.
That's where I'm saying now. If you chill for a minute, the 4 to 6 weeks.
Eddie's going to talk about.
These nuts. This is what I'm saying now. Like Eddie's going to be like, yo.
Because right now it's these nuts.
He has to take him seriously.
So you want him closed into where it's like, all right then, I have to accept what Joshua and that are offering now, or I'm going to end up
fight with Dillian Whyte. And this is what I'm saying. And then it will show what he's about, because if he's saying no, I'm not fighting Anthony Joshua, then he's saying no, I'm not fighting Dillian Whyte. Or you can say, oh yeah, Dillian Whyte's a laughable opponent, but he can't say that right now.
You can't say that.
He can't say that right now. So now,
because you've not beaten Parker.
Nah, man, nah, you haven't beat Parker. You've beat Ortiz.
Go with Joseph Parker and knock him out in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And then knock him out in 2 rounds, and then
so that would be the best thing for Wilder to do. If you don't want to fight White, he'd have to fight Parker. Sorry, Jaykae, go.
Let's just big up CHISORA.
Yo.
Big up CHISORA.
Let's see what one. Yo, that was like, there were like 2 of the same people in there.
The first round, they never left the rope. Yeah, the corner in the 3 minutes they were duking it.
The whole big ring, the whole big ring, and they had this
duking it out.
No, as if they weren't allowed to get out of it.
I think that was part of Derek CHISORA's plan.
And it was genius. It was genius. I'm telling you.
I seen him say in an interview that, yo, I'm not leaving that ring. I want to get carried back to the dressing room. I want to be tired. I want to be now. That's how much I want to give it, bro. Yeah, and bro, he give you like my man killed it still.
Do you know what it was like? Do you know what it was like?
How many does it hold? 20,000.
I don't know, you know.
Well, however many that holds, his name. Fam, the atmosphere was. I'm telling you, it was mad.
After he drops him,
that's the best one in his career.
I couldn't move. Used to have just jumped up now, and I was like, I couldn't move. I wasn't even looking at the ring no more. I'm just looking at people. I'm like,
and he's just walked over to man.
That's the best one.
Outside the chunk.
Yeah. Even the reception that the crowd gave him, that was the best one in his career.
He revived it. He revived it. He pushed him back.
I think, and he loved the reception of the crowd.
See, him and Big Baby Miller.
How long? This kid.
That's what I'm saying.
He's been going for so long.
I wouldn't mind Parker. You know why? Just for the simple fact of, I want to see how good this big. You talk a lot, don't you, Gerald? This Big Baby Miller. Let me see it now. So all right then, throw him with a Parker. Throw him with somebody now. Even a White. Throw him with somebody that's gonna so we can judge where he is. Not even Takam now, because if CHISORA's flattened him, fam, he might as well fight.
That's what he deserves.
CHISORA's got more power.
That's what he deserves.
You know what though? Honestly, I think the only reason CHISORA did it is like he kind of game planned him. He lured him into that phone box fight, and because CHISORA took some massive shots,
having a lot of fun. He was smiling.
Yeah. He thought this was easy. That's it. And the next minute, you know,
and bang.
And the people who have made it easy against CHISORA use their feet.
And I don't know. I think Takam didn't respect CHISORA enough, because when he's got up off the floor, he's picked himself up and he's gone in.
Back in.
He's gone.
He didn't have his leg. But he might not even be there.
He's not there.
He's guard right there, and just why must come with the biggest, slowest overhand. Boom, sweat everywhere.
Sweat.
That's only because of his legs. That's because he's a strong brother and big legs.
Do you know what it was like watching them two fight? It was like playing a computer game and you both picked the same character, but it was like one was the fitter version, but one was the smarter version.
When you watch, like before the fight happened, they had the thing on the screen of all Derek CHISORA going mad through all the press conferences and his fights and that. He's a legend in British boxing still. Like you always remember, he was a mad bastard. That
he spat in Klitschko's face.
He was one of the.
Yo, that's my friend. He had that madness with David.
He's a madman.
Even when he come to the press conference, I'm barely on. Fingers up.
Yeah, like it's mad now to think. David Haye smashed him then, but now if him and David Haye fought now, he'd beat David.
And why is that not fair?
It's mad, that is.
He's old, isn't it? He's not like he's 25.
No, but it's just his body. His body's like held up.
And the amount of
one's a real heavyweight,
and he's took a lot more punishment.
One's probably fiddled with things and one hasn't as well.
Yeah.
I don't think Derek Chisora's one to fucking
go with that party.
Yeah, never. Now he hasn't lived. I hear ya.
That's his body. That's him.
Yeah,
he's just a big.
But now that
natural
fight.
bulk.
Anyway, that fight deserves. Them 2 fights, we can't say that, and the Katie Taylor, but we'll get onto that.
Dave
next.
Allen, bro.
Right.
One man just. I'm just gonna throw one shot. He was looking at
left body. Yeah. Boom.
He was looking at Eddie Hearn. He was going. It's all right. Eddie Hearn's looking at.
No, but I was on the train on the way up to London. Then I rather missed it, but all I was doing searching Twitter, and everyone was like, "This is embarrassing." Dave Allen's a joke to heavyweight boxing. Dave Allen, what the fuck is Dave Allen doing? Dave Allen, this. I swear to God, I was just refreshing it, and it was saying this. Got to round 4. And I just seen, someone tweet, oh my God, he's done it. Then I was searching for the clip, I was on there, I was trying to get my internet search for it, but he blew his head off, bro. Now, mine was going to fight Joel Joyce more time, bro. He can have a break time. He wants to chill to the rest of the year, which is but it's a money fight. And
he needs money fights, bro. This kid's
he got more last night with a win bonus than he got for Ortiz, White, Jaykae and someone else, not Jaykae, Ortiz, White and someone else combined.
And they're all world-class fighters.
All them fights combined.
Yeah, now think of who he's fought. White, Ortiz. Look at all these. He's got a better resume. He's got a better resume than Deontay Wilder, fam.
My man's fought
much better resume than Deontay Wilder. Even if you lose, it's still better. It's still better.
On the same amount of pay-per-views as fucking Joshua, bro. You know that?
He
gets called out though. The thing is, he gets called. No, sorry. Right, safe. There's a person that's feared. Right, cool. There's a list of 50 men who will fight this man. Dave Allen's the first one that'll say yeah.
And he's the funniest guy.
All right then.
A story about when he's seen Dana White, and he goes up to him and asks him, when am I gonna fight Miocic? And he goes, Dana White looked at him like he's a piece of shit. Like, do you need to get back in?
Yeah, I think so.
Thanks, Marcel.
So what do you...
That's our assistant, Marcel.
That's our assistant.
I'm happy with one of them, but I feel like if you're gonna go in so much for this guy, the person with the geezer who fought Baynard, he was basically like a bit of a journeyman, bro. He wasn't a big scary fighter, bro. If you're gonna go in so much for this revenge fight, if you're not knocking him out, I'm not hearing it.
He did drop him though.
And he got drawn into the same.
He got drawn into the same fight again.
He looked like a good.
It was a bad start.
He looked good. He looked very good. But I think he could have, bro, in the position that he's in, who he is, his branding, everything, bro. He could be having bigger fights than what he had.
No. But what you're taking is the name, not actually what he's done himself in boxing.
No, of course,
he's not out here like Chris Eubank Jr. No, but he's not out here like Chris Eubank Jr. saying he's a world beater. He's just learning fight by fight.
If you're going to avenge this guy, because you done well to get through it in the last fight, bro. I rated him so much in that last fight, bro, because he picked himself up and he could end up winning the fight, bro. Yeah, bro, he was fucked for time. He
was fucked after this. He went to hospital.
Bro, listen, he went in for. I rated him more for the last fight than I rated him more for winning this fight. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna avenge the fight so much,
do you know what it is, though, Jay? Sometimes in boxing, right, somebody's just like your bogeyman, and they're that person like. That style, it's just that style,
and I feel that was
and that may have been the case. That was the style. So to be able to get back up off your feet and not lose the first fight and even come back and beat this geezer, it might just be stylistically it's a bad fight for him.
I just feel if you're gonna avenge it.
Nah, but I do totally agree. But we've had this is my problem. Sorry to cut you. My problem now. We've just had 2 heavyweight fights here yesterday. Great heavyweight fights, right. We're all talking about Joshua, right? And we're all on about White to fight Joshua, and that's what we're all on about. There's a heavyweight champion without a fight at the moment, but we know he's not going to fight any of these, like not one of them.
Listen, fake champion, pussy old.
No, but realistically, why is he not going to fight none of them?